Welcome to the Mystic Media channel. I am your host, Rabina Rastaban, aka the Realist Astrologer. And in honor of Libra season, I'm just doing a quick little video on my thoughts on Saturn and Libra. Now, Saturn is said to be exalted when in Libra, and that's for a very good reason. So I'm going to get into that, and I'm going to relate it to the movie The Avengers Infinity War that came out this year. So I saw that movie twice and I really liked it. And it's a movie produced by Marvel Comics. And here is the synopsis. As the Avengers and their allies have continued to protect the world from threats too large for any one hero to handle, a new danger has emerged from the cosmic shadows: Thanos, a despot of intergalactic infamy. His goal is to collect all 6 Infinity Stones, artifacts of unimaginable power, and use them to inflict his twisted will on all of reality. Everything the Avengers have fought for has led up to this moment. The fate of Earth and existence itself has never been more uncertain. So, that brings me to my discussion on Saturn and Libra, because when I was watching the film, I'm always relating movies to astrology. I'm a movie buff and also an astrology buff, so I'm always relating the two to each other. And I basically consider Thanos to be the personification of Saturn and Libra. Thanos is the villain, and like it says in the synopsis, he basically wants to get all of the Infinity Stones so that he can take control over the world, and he's obsessed with balance. So there's this scene in the movie where he conquers this village and he takes this little girl, Gamora, and he basically shows her this dagger that he has, and it has this gemstone in it, and he balances it, and he talks about balance and how important balance is. And I'm like, that is so Saturn and Libra. So basically Thanos is representing Saturn, and he's very obsessed with balance. So that's Saturn and Libra. And the problem with Saturn and Libra, even though it's exalted, is that it promotes balance even if it means resorting to severity. Balance will be achieved at all costs, even if it means that people have to die. So that was basically Thanos' rationale. And Saturn is very exacting. So it will create that perfect balance, which is why Saturn is exalted in Libra. Saturn also deals with death, it deals with time. So you can look at death being the great equalizer, which is another reason why Saturn is exalted in Libra. So Thanos represented Thanatos, which means death in Greek mythology. Let me just read about Thanatos real quick, because that's where they got Thanatos. That's where they got the idea for Thanos. In Greek mythology, Thanatos, also known as death, means to die. It was the personification of death. He was a minor figure in Greek mythology, often referred to, but rarely appearing in person. So basically, Thanos, like I said, is the personification of death. He's also the personification of Saturn and Libra, like I said. So, again, while Saturn is exalted in Libra, it can always go to the extreme, even though Saturn and Libra is about balance. But when it comes to achieving that balance, basically the person carrying out that task, personified by Thanos in the movie, will go to extremes to ensure that balance is achieved. So that's my take on Saturn and Libra. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Have you watched this movie? If not, watch it, because it's a good representation of Saturn and Libra, especially in terms of getting a realistic view. Even though, again, Saturn is said to be exalted in Libra, it doesn't mean that that means that it's going to make life easy or easier, I'll say. And on a personal level, Saturn and Libra basically requires you to be self-sufficient even while in relationships. So you could end up spending a lot of time alone even if you're married. So like I was saying last night during my live show, a person with Saturn and Libra, they could have a spouse that is always working. They're always away from home because their work requires much travel, what have you. So that person is going to have to learn how to be self-sufficient despite being in a relationship. So again, that's my take on Saturn and Libra. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you would like a reading, you could go to my website at rabina.com. Peace and many blessings.